Well, no, JFA. I'm not giving one of those bad boys away. I wished I was, but unfortunately, I don't have the funds to do that. So, anyway, um, good morning. First off, I guess I need to clear the air a little bit about something. Uh, the uh, the title of this today's stream is the greatest MetaPC salesman ever. It's a little bit of a tongue in cheek. I am not officially employed by MetaPC, although I do think it would be a wonderful company to work with. I think Zach and his crew that he has over there are just top-notch people. I think Zach is an outstanding person. I have talked with him, a few times, and he's just a real cool guy. So the real thing, because I said I'd explain to you guys where I've been and what have you. I'm old. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'll be turning 56 here. I don't know what was September. So in about 2 months, in October, I'll be turning 56. And when you get to a certain age, right? And this is really more towards what I'm fixing to say. This is more towards men. It's not that women don't have things as well, but this is I'm talking to the men. Okay, for just a moment, if I might, if you would indulge me here. There are certain things that men need to have done when they get to a certain age. And, there is a certain stigmatism that is associated with some of these things, right? One of those is colonoscopies. And I recently had to go through and I had my very first colonoscopy. And everything's good. Everything was it was all good or whatever, right? But there is a certain I guess, like I say, certain stigmatism with it. I'm here to tell you that gentlemen, when you reach that golden age to where you need to have one of these procedures done to have good health, right? To maintain your body. Don't cower away from it. It's not a big deal. Just go do it. Honestly, to me, a lot of people say, the prep and all that's really horrible. Well, it's not pleasant, but I'll be honest with you. The part that was the most, I guess, problematic for me or whatever was they had to intubate me. And having that tube down my throat to make sure I kept breathing while they did this procedure caused, a little bit of discomfort and soreness and things. When I woke up, there was some scratchiness and even now there's still a little bit of a rawness or tenderness or whatever there. And so, but one really cool thing was, even from that, was there was like a day or two, like I was like, my voice was like really, 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 really deep, like corpse husband type deep. And it was kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. So how does MetaPC tie into this? Well, this is the funny story. So I go in on the day of my procedure, they've got me one of them god awful, gowns, my butt hanging out and all that, how they are. And so the nurse, I guess was his title. The young man that was helping me, get prepared and everything, getting IV started, all that, type stuff. We were sitting there talking, and just common chatter as you would, right, about different things. And he asked me. Of course, I said I was in IT, and he said, his wife was a real estate agent, and she was wanting to get a little bit better computer at home. And she needed to be able to have like 3 screens because, they have different screens you have to pull up. I guess, as a real estate agent, they have to have a lot of data accessible to them at any one point in time. And so he's like, would you, recommend? So I was sitting there talking to him about, what the requirements were, what, that so forth. And I said, you could go down to like Best Buy and probably buy one off the shelf, whatever brand name, that you would, and they probably would be okay, right? I said the only thing usually bad about those type is usually those things are, a gen or 2, maybe sometimes 3 gens old, and usually the components that they put into them are not, they were probably mid to top line 2 or 3 gens ago. And I said, they're really horrible about just loading them up with a lot of bloatware. And average users, they like, hey, is this something I really need on my PC, or do I not need it on there? But again, well, Trippy, I'm going to tell you something, brother, man. This gown, there was really not hiding much, brother. It was just more for modesty, because it only came down, the thing was the length of it, you know what I'm saying? It only came down to about the bottom of my belly. So my little willy was just out there flopping, so it really didn't matter, right? But anyway, you can't have any modesty when you go in for something like that, brother. You can't really have any modesty. But anyway, I was telling him, I said, really, honestly, and for what they're going to charge you, like if you go buy one like at Best Buy or a Walmart or even Amazon, things like that, right? I said, you're looking at probably, 6, 7, 800, maybe $1,000, because I said you're going to have to get one with a peripheral graphics card to allow you to have the 3 monitors, because I said, otherwise if it's just if you're just using the integrated graphics, you're going to be able to offer 2 monitors at best. And so I said, you really should give MetaPC a look. He said, what's, I said, listen, MetaPCs, I told him about, Zach and his crew over there, and the, that they have, they're ready to, you just go and they have them pre-built. You just say, hey, yeah, that's what I want, and you're good to go, right? Or if you want a custom build, you can even, select whatever components, CPU, processor, CPU, graphics card, how much RAM, the speed of the RAM, everything, right? The style of the case, you name it. You can, you really can just customize it to whatever you want, whatever your budget will allow. I said, but they have budget-friendly units that will just, you just go and say, hey, I want this, and they have them already ready. They just ship them right out to you. And I said, they're just really a great, great company to work with. So as I'm lying in recovery, back after the procedure and everything, and coming out from underneath the anesthesia and stuff, the guy comes in and says, he said, hey, Riv, I went and checked out that. He goes, man, those are really nice, and they really make it really eat. I said, yeah, they do. He goes, I'm gonna show it to my wife and everything. I said, well, man, I said, I really, honestly, I will tell you, I said, I don't, you can't go wrong with them. You really just can't go wrong with them. So All I'm saying is, if Zach or even the MetaPC guys happen to see this, I think personally, right? You can't get a better spokesperson if they're going in for a colonoscopy, which is very important, health thing that everybody needs to do. And men don't shy away from that. Go in there for your own health reasons. That you go. I potentially had a sale for you there during my colonoscopy. That's all I'm saying. And if, for example, if they wanted to run, I don't know. I haven't really talked to Zach about this. I'm planning on kind of maybe chopping this up a little bit and putting this out maybe as a little, what they call those things, a little video, a little VOD or whatever. I'm thinking about putting this out there for, and maybe we can get that over to, get this over to Zach and those guys over at MetaPC. But if they wanted to say, I don't know, do like a special code or something like code Peepaw or code coffee, something like that, right? Maybe they could do a little special or something to help you guys out because we're approaching the Christmas season, and maybe you're wanting to treat yourself with a little something special, and get you a MetaPC as well. Now look, I'm not an official spokesman for MetaPC. I don't have any brand deals with MetaPC. I just really like the company. I like how they operate, and I like how they continue to support creators that I enjoy watching, like Willie Mack, for one, and Ricky Berwick, people like that. So anyway, let's get on with the show. What do you say? Right? You like this new camera angle? I put the camera up. They look down on me. I don't know if I'll stay with this or not. You guys let me know. Do you like the off angle like this, or do you want me to take it back where it's straight looking on? I don't know. You let me know. Well, whatever. Boom. So maybe, just maybe, 3 espresso shots were too much. It sounds like quitter to me. This sounds like a skill issue here. If you're sitting there saying code bean, maybe that's what we do. Code bean. There you go. But, if 3 espresso shots are too much for you, then I think, like I said, I truly believe that's like a skill issue. Anyway, so quick little story, because you know how I love talking about idiots, right? So first of all, let's talk about something. What is the difference between famous versus infamous? So we're all clear on here, right? The main difference now this is according to the Google AI, which I think is called Gemini, right? Or something. Anyway, says the main difference between famous and infamous is that famous is a positive or neutral term, while infamous is negative. Famous means widely known or well known in a positive or neutral way. For example, you might describe someone as a famous actor or artist. Infamous means well known for something bad, or even, for example, you might describe someone as infamous for their crimes or sense of humor, right? What is that, Flan? What is it you want? Can you have some oats? Yeah, if you got some oats in your cupboard, man, go fix all the oats you want. What do I care? So, why are we talking about infamous versus famous? What and the difference for what that is? Well, I'll tell you. So, this TikTok troll was recently arrested for threatening to bomb an airport for prank content. After pushing his limits several times by making false threats to police officers for content, TikToker Tom the Troll was arrested for allegedly threatening to bomb an airport. The self-proclaimed TikTok troll Thomas Anthony Brezina, 20, of Center Reach, New York, was reportedly arrested on August 24th after threatening to bomb the Charleston International Airport in South Carolina. An incident report about the arrest stated that the TikTok prankster walked up to the police wearing a pair of glasses with a built-in camera. Though he wasn't carrying a firearm or a bomb, Brianza is accused of telling officers at the scene that he had a strap, which is slang for a gun. He also told them he had a bomb. The TikToker even said he had fentanyl inside his car. Though he first claimed he was ready to blow up the airport, Brianza soon assured the authorities that it was only pranking them for social media views and that he didn't have anything illegal in his possession. Despite his efforts to back down his threats, the TikToker was placed in handcuffs. Good. Hope they were ratcheted down really tight, maybe even pinched him a little bit, and charged with possessions or threatened to use of a weapon of mass destruction. That's a terrorist. He was booked at the Al Cannon Detention Center and posted a $100,000 bond. Though authorities thought Brianza took this one too far, he's been known to joke around with police officers for TikTok content. Here is his well, I guess you'd call it his booking page. He's 20 years old. He's 5 foot 5 inches. Well, he's just a short little fella, ain't he? 160 pounds. So there you go. Possession, threat, use, weapon, mass destruction, death. So I hope that, there's nothing wrong. I love to do a little trolling myself, right? But trolling should be, first of all, should never, cause panic or harm. It should not, threaten the lives of other people. That's just, all I can say is good. I hope they actually, hope he faces terroristic threatening charges, and I hope he does a little time. Didn't know I had a VR. Yeah, it's a PlayStation VR. I don't play it a whole lot because I'm actually one of the lucky few that it gives me vertigo, and I get really disoriented and swimmy headed. So unfortunately, I don't get to enjoy it as much as I would like to. Is it the first one or the second one? I don't know. First, I've had it for several years. I don't know which one it is, honestly. I got to push through it. All right, I'll do that just for you, Verse. I will push through it. So my next one, this next story, this one's kind of a weird one. This is kind of a crossover between collectibles and, I don't know, I guess it's Crocs. It's Crocs, the little shoes that a lot of people really kind of get, I don't know what you call that. They really like them, right? They really like, but anyway, this is Crocs. So this is coming from a YouTuber, YouTube channel by the name of Fast Food Toy Reviews. And anyway, McDonald's is coming out. I think they're starting in October. In the Happy Meals, the little kid meals and stuff, each week they're going to be having these little toys inside the kids' meals, right? You go in there and get you a chicken McNugget Happy Meal, or maybe a cheeseburger Happy Meal, whatever it is, and you can get these Crocs, right? And so anyway, they've got a little 10-minute, and let's watch just a little bit of this.
What's going on, everyone? Fast Food Toy Reviews here with some Crocs. That's right, we have a set of 10 Crocs from McDonald's released here in 2024. Now, this is the international set that I had shipped in from overseas, from China, actually. And there's a Canadian set, which I believe there's only 4. I think there's only 4 in that set. And then the U.S. set will only have 8. So this is all 10. And then I believe there's actually going to be more. So I think there's going to be more than 10 versions. But anyway, this is what I got. So let's open them up and have a closer look. We're going to start out with this blue one, and the reason why I want to show these all off is because each box has its own little design, which I think is kind of cool. So you can see this one's obviously blue with a little smiley face and such, give you a little spinaroo here. So you can see all the different writing and such on there. And so you just pull this little tab, we open it up like this. It's got its own little shoe box. This is cool. And so you can see the paper in here, so we'll pull this out. And each one comes with its own little unique sticker sheet. So let's have a look at that real quick so you can see all the different stickers that come with this one. And you can see it reads Crocs, little Crocs shoe right there. It's cool.
So anyway, if you are I guess a collector, you know, collecting. Back in the day, I've got some collectible items. What would you? I've got. What have I got? So back in the day with the original Batman series, the Tim Burton series, McDonald's had a deal with them where they had some glass little mugs that they sold, like coffee mugs. I've got some of them. And then, what was it? Was it Lord of the Rings or something? I can't remember. I've got another one that's got these, they're like goblets. And you sit down inside this and the ring is lit. You can power it up. And it lights up the entire goblet. Anyway, so this is just another one of those, cross branding. So I thought it was kind of cool though. And this, like I said, this story is coming from Purple. She found it cool as well. I don't know if maybe she's into Crocs or whatever, but anyway, here is a sheet with all the stuff with the Crocs and what they look like. As you can see here, there's a total of, I guess, 10 Crocs that will be out there. And like this guy says, they're different ones. So, and here's the date, they're going to start October the 3rd through the 9th. You can get the Golden Arches and Happy Meal Smile Crocs toy, the red, Golden Arches Crocs toy white, Burger Crocs, Nugget Crocs, Fries Crocs, Character Crocs, toy. There's a blue one and a red one, and then they got Scribble, Happy Meal, Smile Croc toys, red and white, and then you got a Happy Meal pattern Crocs toy red, and then of course a Ball Pit Crocs toy. But anyway, here's an example of the different toys and stuff. So anyway, if you are a collector and you like collecting these fast food crossover type toys that, different ones, McDonald's, Burger King, whatever, here you go. This is coming out, and you can go get your Crocs packages, toys at your local McDonald's. Again, if that's your thing. So the other, I don't know, not too long ago, a friend of mine by the name of Nietzsche put a little video out. They had redone their office or whatever, and they put a little video and stuff out of their office and stuff. And they, shelving and stuff like that. And I noticed that she had a spot on her shelf that was kind of needed a little bit of a what do you call it? I felt like it was needed a little something, right? So I reached out to her and I said, "Hey, if you would allow me, I've got something I would like to send you. I think would go really well on your on your shelf there." And she gave me some shipping information, whatever. So I had her shipped one of the new designs. This design was done by my favorite, Seth. Seth came to me and asked me. She goes, "Hey, I've got a design idea. Would you?" And she sent. I said, "I love it." And so anyway, I sent Nietzsche one of these cups. It is a 12-ounce stainless steel enamel coffee cup. She put out a little thing you can see here where she's got her. I think she told me this was like a Nestle Nestle, those little Nestle Instabrew things or whatever they're called. I don't know. I get my coffee, I get my coffee out of a coffee pot. I put the grounds in there and I perk it, right? But anyway, this is one of them fancy things. But anyway, so Nietzsche, put up this thing and she said, she really, the cup was really nice. It really helped hold in the warmth of her coffee and was really good. And you can get yours if you hit the exclamation mark and then merch should bring up the link. But you can get your coffee bean, certified coffee bean mug. There's the one where it's blacked out, or we even have one where it's not and it's just white and it's just clean. So anyway, you can. But if you you don't want a coffee mug, right? There's shirts. We've got form fitting. There's hoodies. There's even a little sticker, a die cut sticker. But anyway, there's just a whole laundry list, different types of styles of shirts and sweatshirts and things. If you're inclined and you wanted to be get a certified coffee bean, you can get yours today. The last show I did, one that actually made me tap out. It got so well, I just couldn't stomach. I started getting a little bit queasy on the stomach or whatever. We was talking about, oddly enough, with Seth that came on, and she was educating me because I was not. I thought I had a pretty good idea about just how, we'll just say, unhygienic Asmongold was. I didn't have a clue. I really didn't have a clue. But anyway, there's a little bit of a follow-up story. So a Twitter user by the name of Palette Swap put out a tweet saying the hit game Power Wash Simulator has revealed its newest expansion and will be set in the filthy, festering bedroom of streamer Asmongold. And they even did a little mock-up, using the Power Wash character here, Asmongold, and so forth. And not to be outdone, Power Wash Simulator, the actual Twitter account, comes as, I'm not sure we'd have the equipment to handle this one. And I may actually kind of agree with Power Wash Simulator on this one. I don't know if they would be able to handle that or not. I think they might be a little bit of it's not really. I don't know if there'd be enough pressure there, because that it goes deep. So I don't know if he still was it. This next one, I'm a little bit, because I can't remember. I know he was. I don't think he was it FaZe? I'm probably getting this wrong. Doug Sensor Martin. I think it was FaZe Sensor. I might be wrong on this, right? I thought he was part of FaZe. Anyway, he recently went after the Guinness World Record for the most pull-ups in a 24-hour period time for 9,250 reps. He did this as a fundraiser for Project Purple. I'm going to go. I think this was probably Project Purple is like cancer, right? Pancreatic cancer, yeah. So he did this as a fundraiser for pancreatic cancer awareness. Here's his pull-up bar and stuff. He set the record. He did 9,250 reps in 24 hours. There's pictures of his hands. He tore them things up, y'all. But you know what? Good on him for doing something that's raising money for. I lost a dear friend back several years ago to pancreatic cancer. I've actually lost a couple of different friends of mine to pancreatic cancer. It's a horrible, horrible disease. It's so aggressive and fast, and usually by the time that they detect you have pancreatic cancer, it's all over with. But the shouting. But anyway, good for Phase Sensor or Mr. Sensor there, for that. Anyway, what do we got here? We've got some videos. I guess we'll slide into that part of the show where we'll start talking about some funny stuff. What do we got here? I guess we need to go up here. Yeah, we'll go this way. So we got a guy here. It says a green plastic wrapped passenger. This is coming from Raw's Alerts. It says as a green plastic wrapped passenger tries to check himself in as luggage at a Miami airport. Well, of course, it was in Miami. It says watch as a passenger at the Miami, Florida airport brings another man who is shrink wrapped in green plastic up to the check-in counters for the South American airline LATAM. The man assisting the wrapped passenger carefully lifts him onto a baggage scale. However, the staff at the check-in quickly intervened to explain that while wrapping services are available in many airport check-in halls, they are exclusively for luggage, not people. The passenger argued, but checked bags are cheaper than a second ticket. Eventually, the wrapped man's companions removed the green plastic before proceeding through the security surrounded by local police. So is this a FAFO? I think this may be a FAFO. This is insane. They had to, let me mute this. They had to have had like slits and stuff cut in there, right? They had to have slits in there for the guy to be able to breathe. They had to, right? Okay, this one is probably a little bit funny. No one was hurt or anything like. But that's just stupid. What do we got here? Who is wrong in this situation? All right, guys, let's watch this and let's try to determine who is wrong in this situation.
Did you say?
No, I was just going to say, just for like a safety factor, I just don't want you guys to come through, just because, like, don't come through the horses, just because, just in case the horses, like, use the restroom or something, or, like, something happens. I just don't want anybody to get frustrated, like, if their car runs over.
Oh, so you don't want us to utilize our recognized mode of transportation because you're worried about whether or not
that's all
we're a customer. What are we?
Yeah, no, I know, but
are you the manager? Are you the manager? Are you making that call for the corporation?
That's
Is that your story and you're going to stick to it?
That's policy.
Because Nathan was a manager over on Buck Owens Boulevard and he tried that with me several years ago.
Okay.
And he lost.
All right. So what we have here is a rare sighting of a Karen on a horse. So, guys, what are your thoughts? Do you think that the ladies on horseback should have been allowed to go through the drive-thru and get their orders? Or do you feel like they are out of line? And that the reasoning that the manager gives as far as people having to drive through, potentially drive through some horse manure, they might, people might find that offensive. So, I think so. I think this is, Karen on a horse. I think this is kind of one of those deals. I mean, there are states that, I will say this, I know there are states that still recognize horses as you just can't have them like on the interstate, right? But you can like still ride horses, and they're recognized as a mode of transportation. I'll put it that way. Yeah, the guy was very respectful. He didn't get in the woman's face, or he didn't try to argue with him or anything like that. I don't know. I think the woman, I think in this situation, I think the woman was being a little bit of a jerk, and I think the young man handled it as best as he possibly could. So what is this? So what is who is this? What is just checking? Is the trim supposed to not only have? I don't know what that 1E. So someone sent me a message here. I'm not, and because I've got, hang on here. How do I disable this? All right, burst. Just checking. Is the trim supposed to only have 1E? What are you talking about? 1E. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, Seth. Okay. So let me show you guys what he's talking about here. Right, because Seth's my favorite. Right, I've covered this before. Right, Seth is my favorite. However, I don't think Seth can spell. Because if you look here, it's supposed to have 2 E's. It's COFFEE, not 1E. So you I had never noticed that before first. Oh, Seth, you goomer. Oh, mercy. Oh, God. Wait till I talk to her next time. It's like, okay, look, you guys know English is not our first language, right? And my goofy ass, I didn't even pay no attention to it. She just asked if she could do it. I said, yeah. Yeah, it's a branding thing, Burst. It's a branding thing. We decided to rebrand just for coffee with people. We dropped the second E because we thought the second E was a little bit pretentious, and so Anyway, so there you guys go. Go get a limited misspelling of coffee bean. Oh, God. Mixing his soup by Big Coffee. Yeah, well, go ahead. They can try to get blood out of this turnip, I guess. Oh, mercy sakes. Oh, golly. Oh, me. All right. Let's proceed on. I got a couple of more things here. Lord of mercy. All right. This is coming from the Twitter account, Internet Hall of Fame. It says the husband asked her to get an energy-saving light bulb, and she got a voice-activated one instead. I came across this. I came across this one myself, and I laughed on this one so hard. So let's just enjoy this one. Ain't no much cheaper than I don't know. You know what? Maybe I'm the only one that finds that one funny, but I don't care That one made me laugh. Hey, poor guy sitting there trying to cook and make whatever, and the light just keeps going out, and he's sitting there going, "Ooh, God. Oh mercy." This is what this says. This is like Seth saving ink, dropping the extra ink. Exactly. Yeah, the intermittent screams. Jeez. See, these are good palate cleansers. I hope Gigi watches this because we're going to do a show Thursday, and when Gigi's here and doing a show, what have you, right? I let her build it out. I let her select the topics. I let her select the videos we watch, the whole kit and caboodle, right? I let it be her day to kind of watch whatever that's her little outlet or whatever for. Yes, the GG palette cleansers, exactly. Oh Lord, help us, the GG palette cleansers. So this next one, this next video, right? This is coming from the Internet Hall of Fame, again, Twitter account. This one had me dying. This one literally had me dying. It's not quite as funny as the previous one about the guys that keep having to go "Who" because of the sound activated light. But this one here is pretty good. This one I found this one was funny as well.
I look so happy here. You do. This one of the videos where he dies at the end, ain't it? One time. Oh, that's so sweet, right in front of Mickey Mouse. All right.
Yeah.
He gonna die at the end of the video, bro. My mother had a ring hitting her. Bro, I hate crying for other, like, strangers on the internet. I don't know why. We got married 11 months later, and then he died. That's so tough. We had a twin daughter. I hate crying for other strangers, but 7 months later, he died. He died. He had an affair with mine. I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, what? It's so sappy. And she's talking, the guy's like, yeah, and he died. It turns out he banged his wife's mom. I shouldn't be laughing at infidelity. Infidelity is not funny. It's not. It's a serious thing. But this guy watching this and he's like, what? I'm sorry. I found that funny, right? I'm a simple man to entertain. I really and truly I am. Now this next video is coming from a Twitter account called Non-Aesthetic Things, right? Is the name of the Twitter account. And I'm going to just tell you something. As a former Louisiana resident, I lived there for about 10 years. This I found offensive. And I'm not even a native Louisianan, right? And I don't understand how they could do something like this. And if any of you guys have ever been to a good old-fashioned, what they call, shrimp boil, right? Shrimp boil or crawfish boil, or just, whatever. This here is embarrassing. Look at this. Look at this. Right now, first of all, they do it right? They got the sausages in there. They got the crab legs in there. They got the potatoes, right? They got the corn. They got the chunks of onion. They got all the stuff, right? Where in the hell is the damn seasoning, y'all? You can't, this is not a boil. Children of the corn food, exactly. This is some pale, and yes, not your typical mom, pale ass. This is some pale ass. This here is atrocious. This is absolutely atrocious. How in the hell? And y'all look at clapping. And they clapping. Why are you clapping? Seriously, Why are y'all clapping for this pale ass? There's no flavor in that. There's no flavor in that shit. This has to be a joke. This just has to be. I'm going to tell you something right now. When someone pours out a bowl and you look at that corn and there's not little rows of seasoning in between those kernels, right? I would walk away. I would look at them and just say, what is wrong with y'all? And I would walk away. I wouldn't eat this. They're trying to eat healthy, people. Let me tell you something, JFA. I'm all for eating healthy, right? You get you a nice, have you a nice bowl of oatmeal of a morning, right? Or a granola bar, or maybe you have like some yogurt with some granola in it. You eat healthy. I'm all for eating healthy, right? And taking care of yourself. But every once in a while, it's okay to indulge a little bit, right? To allow yourself to live, right? Because if you don't live every now and then and savor the great things that this beautiful world has to offer us, and let me tell you something, and a boil is one of those beautiful things. And someone put out some shit like this, nah, fam, I ain't having it. I'm not having it. Pig trough, not a bowl. Exactly, Verse. Verse gets it. Verse understands. Not your typical mom. She understood too. She understood the assignment. Those guys are this here. I don't know what the hell this is. This is just atrocious. Jesus. No. Somebody, I don't know whoever it was that did this to these people. They need to have a little talk with Jesus or something. They need to have a little talk with Jesus. That's just, yeah. So, seafood boils on the coast. Yeah. Like I said, I've never been to like a New England type boil, because I know those can be a little bit different. They're not, I don't know if they're necessarily as spicy as like a Louisiana one. But when I lived in Louisiana, man, you'd go and you have them boils, or they do a big old pot of jambalaya. Oh my God. The big jambalaya pots. Oh my God, with the rice and the chicken and the sausages and the shrimps. That's the one thing I really miss about Louisiana. I don't miss the hot ass temperatures, swampy temperatures, the big ass skeeters that would just, if they bite you, you got to go in for a damn blood transfusion, because they got these big ass skeeters down there, the big ass snakes, the hurricanes. I'm talking about the weather. I'm not talking about the drinks. The drinks are good. Hurricane drinks are good. They help you get where you need to be. But I miss the food and the people. The people down there are such wonderful people to hang out and be associated with. I just loved it. New England boils have color. I bet you they do. Not your typical mom. What the hell is a hurricane? Well, JFA, a hurricane is two different things. You have the meteorological event called a hurricane, which is, strong winds and so forth, right? And then you have a drink that was originated in a little bar down on Bourbon Street called Patty O'Brien's, and it's called a hurricane. And it is a combination of different types of rum and fruit flavorings and stuff. And usually one or two of them, and you're good. You're good. You don't really need over two. They're very powerful, and they slip up on you, brother. They slip up on you and get you. Shane Helms is the hurricane. Yeah. What is this here? YouTuber. This is coming from Desert. The word I can't say, the D word. This is coming from the D word that I can't say, and I'm not taking it from you guys today, because I'm not going to try to even say it. But anyway, yeah, JFA, you ever get a chance to try a hurricane, brother? Because you won't even taste. Trust me, you won't even taste the rum. You won't. It's one of those. It's one of them slip up and get you drinks. You know what I'm saying? It's just slip right up and it'll just get you. But anyway, YouTuber DIY Perks built the world's largest iPhone replica. Look at this thing. This is an actual working iPhone replica. Touchscreen. I've seen this thing. This was okay. Yes, Pickleton. Listen, I know you guys. Every time you guys try to help me pronounce this thing, I just call it the D word. Okay. I just can't say it. My tongue gets tied and I wind up embarrassing. So here's some videos.
Sent from my MetaPC iPhone.
There you go. It's a large iPhone
So that is
replica.
our flashlight, which is a 400-watt torch, basically.
Looking good. We're off to a good start. Let's look at some touchscreen navigation.
For example, let's tap that. This is our page, for example.
So, are you able to connect to a roaming network?
We actually are on a roaming network right now.
Well, this record, of course, it must be based on a commercially available phone. It is a brilliant scaled up version. The demonstration, everything you've just shown me has gone very smoothly. So I can confirm that what you have achieved today is, in fact, a new Guinness World Record.
Oh my God, yes!
So there you go. They set another Guinness World Record today. How cool is that? I don't think I'd want to lug that thing around, but it's still kind of cool nonetheless. It's still pretty cool nonetheless. What is this here? Yeah, exactly. Trying to type on it to give you a workout, right? Because you're gonna be reaching and everything. What is this? So this is coming from the YouTube channel First We Feast, which is I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure about before I state this. I want to make sure this is the. Yeah. So First We Feast, yeah, they're the ones from that does the hot ones. Remember I'm sure you guys have seen this, where they do they have different people come on. I think the most recent one they did this season, my favorite, was when they had Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman come on. They were promoing, or what you call the press tour, whatever you want to call it, for the Wolverine and Deadpool movie. But watching those two eat hot wings and interview was glorious, absolutely glorious. I really do like. I haven't watched as many this season as I normally have watched in the past, but watching Sean Evans, do this is I really enjoy it. It's good anyway. But this is coming from that channel. Let's see here. Let's get this off. I guess go to this one because it's actually YouTube, so maybe it'll be formatted a little bit better. This guy, I guess his name is Marty Hall, and he is the original fried onion burger. And I guess there's some. So let's see what I don't know. This is something that Purple sent me. I have not watched it ahead of time, so I'm not quite as knowledgeable about this. But let's watch this to see what happens here.
My name's Marty Hall, and I cooked fried onion hamburgers all my life. This is a 4-to-1 patty. Grill is set on about 370, 80 degrees. Get my spatula hot so my meat don't stick to it. Pretty good handful of onion. Salt and pepper mix. Make your bun. Kind of watch it and see how the onions are cooking. And I really kind of got a clock in my head about how long they should cook. After the bun is steamed, to me it makes a difference. The juices in that meat are toasted in the bun, it gives it a little extra flavor.
Okay.
My name's Marty Hall, and I cook fried onion.
I don't know. Protect Marty Hall and the original fried onion burger at all costs. I don't know what this is about. Okay, I don't see anything here. What is the comments here? Well, first of all, it's an onion burger, which I guarantee, if you like onions, it would be, there has to be more of a story. What is this? Let me see if I can figure out what's going on with this. Because I don't think, let me go over here and look. I don't think she put any more context. No, she didn't. So let me see if I can figure out what's going on here. Let's see what I can figure out what's going on here. Marty Hall onion burger. This is okay. I'm not seeing anything. It's from Oklahoma. They're from Oklahoma, it seems. Whatever. What is this? Let's just look here real quick on this thing. El Reno's fried onion burger, packed with flavor and long history. Heart of Oklahoma, the small town of El Reno. Tess Mom took us to the home of the onion. This was back in 23, so this is last year. Marty Hall is it's Sid's Diner as a founder. It's on the crossroads, Route 66, which is a famous road through Middle America. Says Onion Burger was born in the late 20s and is still making mouthwater nearly 100 years later. Their great hamburger, 2-3 onion fried burger joints, Sid's Diner, Johnny's Burgers, and Coney's and Robert's Grill. They're staples in the small town. I'm not for sure what's going on unless they're just... Yeah, probably one of the OG creators. Yeah, I agree with that burst. I don't know if this is a deal because I'm not seeing anything. There's just this here. Unless they're at risk. Let's see if we can get news here, if there's anything. Three weeks ago, there's... I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything news. Let's see here. We'll say that this past week. Is he like, no. I don't know. I don't know why we got. I agree. We need to protect these. These are like institutes. I mean, I know I can't be the only one, right? There's like. So the closest little town that is by me, because I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere. I don't really have any. I don't live in a city. I live in a county, and but there's a city that's just a few miles away, and that's where I go do my shopping and things like that. There, over the years, we have these little restaurants stuff that come in, and they try to make a go of it, and they have they have good food and everything, but because it's like a little rural city, not a lot of traffic. People don't eat out a lot. They tend to just cook at home, do home cooking. It's a struggle, right? And I'm always saddened to learn, especially they have a really good menu, good food selection, good items on the menu, whatever to choose from. And they close up, and you're like, I hate small business, and I've seen statistics and stuff where trying to establish a restaurant, food industry is like one of the hardest businesses to kind of get launched, to get going. And so anyway, I don't know. Yeah, I hope. Like I say, these types of businesses, I really feel like are the kind of the heart and the backbone of American industry. It's these type of businesses that collectively, I believe, employ more than what your big chain corporate things do, because these mom and pop, businesses like this scattered all across the United States, I believe are like if I'm not mistaken, which I could be, but I believe I read or seen an article where it was talking about how they are the largest, let's say, collective employer, largest employer in the U.S. Shocking. Overall, the federal government is the largest employer in the U.S. Approximately 2.95 million individuals are part of the U.S. federal workforce. Of course. Yeah. Yeah, like a locally owned comic store, book, everything, right? I don't know. These small, like I said, these small mom and pop type businesses, 100% try to always support them and stuff. Anyway, so there you go. That's the show. Remember, kind of as a wrap up, guys, and I'm talking to the men here. When time comes for you to and you get that talk from your healthcare provider, and they're telling you, hey, it's time. It's that time. You need to go, get a colonoscopy. Don't run away from it. Go get it done, and make sure that you're keeping yourself healthy, so that you're here for years to come in the future, so that you can irritate people like me and your friends and family are around you. So anyway, on that note, thank you guys all for coming and hanging out with me this morning. I appreciate it. Should be back, I think Thursday. Let me double check that. Let me double check that message from Gigi, because I know she's working up a story or a whatever. Yeah, it's Thursday. I think it is. We're doing this. Yeah. So should be back Thursday for that. We'll have some of those classic, wonderful GG Hearts palate cleansers that you guys all dearly love. I've had more than a dozen, but I've had bowel cancer. Really? Well, Pickleton, I hate to hear that. That's good. I'm glad that they got that all in control. You was embarrassed on your second time. I had no need to reason to be embarrassed. So anyway, listen, you guys had a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. Remember, if you're thinking or considering of getting a new PC or whatever, even though I'm not a paid spokesman, no way am I affiliated with the company, check out MetaPC. I have the link to their website down in the description here at the down below. Go check them out. I have no codes to give you to help you with percentages off, but there are several creators out there on YouTube, smaller creators, larger creators that are spokesmen for Meta, that have codes that you can use. Ricky Berwick, Willie Mack, just to name a couple. But anyway, go check them out. Check out, and like I say, if you're looking at maybe upgrading, doing a little upgrading on your PC, maybe that's the way to go, especially if you don't feel comfortable building your own. They have a top-notch, in my personal opinion, they have a very top-notch quality product. So anyway, listen, you guys take care. It's Tuesday. Make sure you go get you some tacos tonight, and maybe, have a little cerveza with it. And on that note, guys, remember to keep your powder dry, and I'll see you in the funny papers.